This is Command Post, a series of discussions about military matters from Time and the Center for a New American Security.
Any discussion of the Pakistani government has to acknowledge that it's not a unitary actor. There are different pieces of the government, many different actors with their own power bases that are not always coming together and pursuing a coherent set of policies. They're trying to jockey for advantage with each other, for external assistance, and a whole host of other things. That's playing out right now very much in the Pakistani army. There is a great concern after the killing of bin Laden, not just about what the U.S. did and the impact on relations with the U.S., but real fears that India could have a military advantage as well, because the United States flew in planes undetected by Pakistani sensors, came in, out, killed bin Laden, and left with the body under an hour. There's a lot of concern about what gaps in the military that reveals, which are seen as consequential for any potential contest with India. And so that's playing out very much inside the Pakistani army right now.
Pakistan is terrified that the United States is going to swoop in and take control of their nuclear weapons, which they view as the ultimate bulwark against an Indian attack. And that paranoia, I think, was exacerbated by the bin Laden raid, which played into just their worst fears. And I think that their army has been shaken deeply. For the first time, I think, in the nation's existence, the army is no longer looked to as a bulwark that can defend the country against external threats.
You're confident, of course, that when we got bin Laden, we also did not take their nuclear arsenal?
I am absolutely confident that we did not take any nuclear weapons out.
It is an interest that we've got, though, and they perceive that the U.S. is very interested, rightfully, in the security of their nuclear program. Ambassador Hussein Haqqani, their ambassador here to the U.S. in Washington, recently spoke at the Pakistani National Defense College, and he polled the audience of mid-grade and senior Army officers about who they thought their most serious enemy was. And about 1/3 identified India, about 1/3 identified internal extremists, about 1/3 identified the United States as their most serious enemy. So this issue of creeping extremism, of suspicion and paranoia about the United States has very deep roots and is going to grow as this younger generation of Pakistani military officers comes up to the senior ranks, most of whom have not served or gone to school in the United States and have had very little contact with Americans except through the programs that are underway right now. The
rise of Islamic extremism inside the ranks of the Pakistani military is perhaps the most worrying factor for me of all of the national security threats we face. Recently, a brigadier general in the Pakistani army was arrested, accused of being a member of an Islamist group. That's very, very worrying. As Dave said, the presence of Islamists has been increasing in the ranks. If it's up to the brigadier general level, we're very, very close to the top.